Before the start of the playoffs, I called the Mavs a playoff nightmare, and boy have they ever been a matchup nightmare for the opposition. The Mavs are one win away from advancing to the Western Conference Finals after they went into OKC and beat the Thunder 104-92. In Game 5, the Mavs watched its role players step up, its stars deliver, and its defense clamp up the Thunder. The Thunder chucked 3 after 3, but they had no luck on their side, on their way to 25% shooting from beyond the arc. The Thunder finished Game 4 shooting 7 for 27 from 3. On Wednesday, it was 7 for 26 from 3, less than 6 minutes into the third quarter. The Thunder shot a series-high 43-point attempts in Game 5. With Dallas's rim protection led by Derek Lively II, OKC was continuously pushed from its spots. They couldn't get anything going at the rim. They were bumped out of the driving lanes, and that just sent them into a chaotic mess. Lou Dort shot just 2 for 8 from downtown, and Isaiah Joe, who started in place of Josh Giddey, breaking Josh Giddey's career-long streak of starting games as Giddey was benched, he too finished 2 for 8 from D. And the Mavericks, they were led by Luka Doncic, who stepped up in a big way, and he had a huge bounce-back game. Battling through knee, ankle, and back issues, Doncic came to play. He racked up his second straight game with a triple-double, posting 31 points, along with 10 rebounds and 11 assists in a tremendous showing. It was the old Luka, he said. Real quick, guys, before we continue, do me a solid, drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more Mavs and NBA content just like this. You look at Doncic, his triple-double in Game 5 marked his third of the postseason, which currently leads the NBA. The 25-year-old has now logged 6 career playoff triple-doubles, and he scored 30 points or more in 3 of them. Doncic, he had OKC defenders shaking their heads. He was hitting shot after shot, and he kept Lou Dort on his toes, and he also made some incredible passes in this one. As Doncic, the league's leading scorer in the regular season, he had struggled a bit in this series against OKC. Playing through a sprained right knee and a sore left ankle, he averages 22 points on 39% shooting through the first 4 games. Doncic, he made 12 of 22 field goals in Game 5, as Dallas regained the lead in the series after they blew a 14-point advantage and lost Game 4 196 at home. And that's the thing. If the Mavs didn't fumble away that game, the Mavs would have already wrapped up the series. They would have won this thing in 5. But we're not going to look to the past. What it basically is telling of is the Mavs, they're simply the better team. The Mavs, they have OKC right where they want them, as Dallas, they have a chance to close out another series back at home. Derrick Jones Jr. scored a playoff career high 19 points, and PJ Washington added 10 points and 10 rebounds for Dallas, as Dallas shot at 52.6% from the floor. They can advance to the Western Conference Finals with a win Saturday at home. There's going to be a couple days off in between Game 5 and Game 6, so that's going to bode well for Luka as he continues to heal his body. The Thunder, they had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander score 30 points, but no other OKC player scored more than 13. So if you're the Mavs, you will live with that. The Mavericks won Game 5 on the road, just like they did in the first round against the Clippers. Dallas, they held Oklahoma City to 42.5% shooting from the field. So not only was OKC shooting bricks from beyond the arc, but they did not have a good game shooting the ball at all. As Dallas, they pushed its lead to 18 points in the fourth quarter. Before the Thunder, they did make a surge, made things a little bit interesting. They cut the Mavs deficit to 89-79 with just under 7 minutes to go before they made Dallas call a timeout. However, from that point on, the Thunder never got closer than 7 points the rest of the way. Now, guys, before we continue on with this video, I do want to shout out our sponsor, BetUS. BetUS is an awesome sports book. I've been using them all playoffs long, and I'm making this bet. I do think the Dallas Mavericks are going to close this series out in 6 for the second straight series. They're going to beat the Thunder Saturday at home. Love the Mavs in this spot. You can tell if you'd like. But, guys, I've been using BetUS all playoffs long. Great sportsbook, incredibly easy to use. If you want to put in a bet on the game or just bet on anything, these guys got you covered. And we're also giving away $125 in free play. So the first 5 people watching this to DM their account to me, showing their account number on X, will receive $25 in free play. It doesn't get any better than that, guys. You support BetUS. It helps support this channel, so it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. So when you look at the Game 5 victory for the Mavs, guys, the X factor of the game, it was another role player who stepped up for the Mavericks, Derrick Jones Jr. He set a playoff career high in scoring with 19 points for the second consecutive game after he poured in 17 points in Game 4. You look at Derrick Jones Jr., undrafted guy out of UNLV in 2016. He dropped 15 first half points on a perfect 6 for 6 shooting and perfect 3 for 3 from deep. And he took full advantage of the extra attention PJ Washington had on him from the Thunder, because Washington, he had posted 3 straight 20-plus point outings. From games 2 to 4, Washington averaged 25.7 points, knocking down 50% of his 3-point attempts. So all eyes were on PJ Washington, and that allowed Derrick Jones Jr. to benefit on clean looks. And boy, oh boy, did he ever deliver. He also found himself on the receiving end of 2 of the Mavericks' 5 alley-oops over the first 2 quarters from Luka, who dished out 7 assists in the opening half. So Derrick Jones Jr., huge. And that has been the theme for this Mavericks team. They are so well constructed where they have these role players stepping up. And we know if you want to have a long, successful postseason run, you need your role players to step up along with your stars. And right now, the Mavs are getting that. And lastly here, guys, Kyrie Irving, I do want to touch on him because he did score 12 points in Game 5 and he's averaged 14.5 points this series. So his production has gone down a bit when you look at his scoring. As Irving, you know, he hasn't been the explosive scorer that we're used to seeing. However, Kyrie Irving is still impacting games. And Kyrie Irving, we've seen it time and time again. He's a second half performer. And in this series, he's stepping up in the second half of games as he's shooting at 54.5% from 3-point range. And Jason Kidd mentioned that Irving often finds himself double teamed, but Kidd said that Irving continues to make the right play, and we see it. Kyrie Irving is super valuable. He's that veteran presence on this Mavs team. He's won a championship. He always knows when to make the extra pass, and his defense has really impressed me. Kyrie Irving's defense has been sharp in the series, guys. He's logged 6 steals and 4 blocks in the series thus far. So even though Irving's not going crazy with his scoring, he's still finding ways where he can impact these wins for the Dallas Mavericks. So the Mavs, they're in the driver's seat. And like I said, I think they close this thing out in Game 6. Guys, let me know your thoughts on the Mavericks' latest victory. Mavs fans, how you feeling? And yeah, let me know what has impressed you the most about this Mavs team coming together. It seems at the perfect time. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. That is it for me. It's Luke signing off. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you all again in the next one.